solving simultaneous equations graphically. Okay, before we get into that, what I'd like to do is do a quick reminder on drawing straight lines, because solving simultaneous equations graphically is basically drawing the two lines, finding out where they intersect and naming that point. Okay, so let's draw this line here. So we're going to draw this straight line with equation y is equal to minus 2x plus 6. I'm going to use a table method first, gathering some points together, and then I'm going to show you a different way of doing that as well that might help you when the equations aren't nice and neat like this one here. Okay, so let's go ahead. First of all, we're setting up the table. What I'll do is I'll use x coordinates along the top, and they'll be any coordinate that I want to use. Okay, and here I'll write down the equation, which is minus 2x plus 6. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute any of the x coordinates that I use into the equation, and I should find my y coordinate from there. Right then, so how about choosing 0 to start with? So I've got minus 2 times 0 plus 6 equals 6. So there is my first coordinate that I'm going to be plotting. If I then think about, let's use 1. Okay, so minus 2 times 1 plus 6, that would give me 4. So there's my next coordinate, 1, 4. How about 2? So substitute 2 into the equation of the straight line. That gives me minus 4 plus 6 will give me 2. So the point that I'm going to plot there is 2, 2. So let's go ahead and do that. 0, 6, 0 along the way, okay, and 6 up will take me to there. 1 along the way and 4, so 1 along in the x direction and 4 up will take me to there. And 2 along and 2, so 2 along and 2 takes me to there. So that's the points that I've got. I can see a pattern there, so what I can see is 2 down the way, 1 along, 2 down, 1 along, okay? 2 down, 1 along. And that will help me just draw the line a bit more accurately. The further apart that I get the points to be, then the easier I can draw my line. So I'll try and draw this one through here. So that's the equation of the line. So that will be that line there. Okay, so that's the table method of using it. Some people can just look at the equation. They know that the plus 6 is the c from y is equal to mx plus c. And they know that the y-intercept is going to be 6, so they could plot that. And they would know that the gradient's minus 2. That's for everyone I go along that way, I go down 2. And that's what that looks like there. Okay, so you could do it straight from that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a different method. And what I'm going to look at is, if I look at this, this x-axis, and I just look at some of the points on there, that point there is minus 10, 0. This point about here, okay, is going to be minus 5, 0. This point, let's go to this one here. That point there is 8, 0. And if I look at the points that I've got along the x-axis, the common thing is that y equals 0. So a common thing is y equals 0. So if I let y equal to 0 and substitute that into the equation, I would be able to find out where my straight line cuts the x-axis. I'm going to do that just now. Right then, so my equation is y is equal to minus 2x plus 6. What I'll do is I'll substitute a 0 in here. Take the minus 2 over to this side, becomes a plus 2x, and that will be plus 6. So from there, I've got x is equal to 3. So there's my first coordinate that I'm going to use, 3, 0. So that tells me where the straight line cuts the x-axis, and there it is there. Okay? Right then, so if I've done that for the x-axis, what about the y-axis? So this point here will be 0 minus 9. This point here is 0 minus 4. If I look at this point here, 0, 3. Okay, and what all the coordinates on the y-axis have, they have an x value equal to 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let x equal to 0, and what I'll find out is I'll find the y coordinate of where the line will cut the y-axis. Right then, so the equation I'm starting with is the same. I'm going to say that the x is equal to 0, this one here, minus 2 times 0 is 0, so I've got y is equal to 6. And the coordinate that I'll be plotting there will be the x value of 0 and the y value of 6. Okay, so that will be 0 along the way, so no movement, and up the way by 6, so that would be that point there. So I would only have 2 points here, but they're far enough apart to draw the line through, and as long as I'm confident with my working, then I would draw that straight line there, and that would be my straight line drawn. What I'm going to do in the examples that I'm going to use this method here, and this method works really well, as I say, when it's not a y equals equation. Maybe if it was something like 2x plus 3y equals 5, then this is quite a good method to use for that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Right, I've got four examples that I'm going to do. What I would recommend is that if you've got a good understanding of how to do this, I would just go ahead and do it just now. Freeze the video, go and do it, and check the answers that I'm going to provide. Okay, I'm going to try and work through them reasonably quickly. I'm going to be drawing 2 lines on each diagram, finding out where they intersect, and that will be the point of intersection, and that's really what I'm asked to do here. Right, left hand side here, I'm going to work on the equation y is equal to 7 minus x. I'm going to let y equal 0, first thing I'm doing. So 0 equals 7 minus x, bringing the x to the left hand side, I've got a value of 7 for x. So that's a coordinate there that I'm going to be plotting, 7, 0. I'm going to then let x equal to 0. If I let x equal 0, I've got y is equal to 7 minus 0, y must equal 7. Right, 0, 7, it's my other coordinate. So let's go and plot that. Okay, so that one there must be my 7, 0, that will be this coordinate here. And 0, 7, 0 along the way, and 7 up will be this coordinate here. What I'll do is, from these 2 points, just draw a straight line right through them. And that there is this equation. Okay, that's the first one drawn. Doing the next one, I'll just do it over this side here to make it a bit clearer. What I'll do is I'll let y equal 0. When I let y equal 0, take that minus 1 over to this side. What I've got is x is equal to 1. Okay, it's a bit backwards, but that should be okay. There we go. 1, 0 is the first coordinate I'm going to plot. I'm going to let x equal 0. So if I let x equal 0, I've got y is equal to 0 minus 1, so y is equal to minus 1. From there, what I'll do is I'll plot the coordinates. So that's going to be 0 first, and minus 1 in the y direction. So that's my x direction, my y. So let's go for this one first. 1, 0, so 1 along, okay, and 0 up, point there, 0 along, and minus 1. So they're quite close together, but I can see a pattern. It's 1 along, 1 up, 1 along, 1 up, 1 along, 1 up, and that will just continue all the way. And if I get the points further apart, what I can do is I can just draw a straight line right through there. Okay, and what I've got is that will be that line drawn. So what I'm interested in is the point of intersection, and the point of intersection here is going to be this point right here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 along in the x direction, 1, 2, 3, 3 up in the y direction. So my point of intersection is 4, 3 on that one there. Let's move to the next one. Okay, so what I have here is, and again you can freeze it and try the question. Right, so point of intersection of these straight lines, so I've got x plus y equals 10 and x minus y equals 4. So I'll do this one here first. So let y equal 0. Okay, so x plus 0 equals 10, so I've got x equals 10 here. There's my first coordinate. I'm going to let x equal 0. If I let x equal 0, so I've got 0 plus y equals 10, and again I've got another 10 coming out there. So that's 0, 10. Plotting these points, so 10, 0, that one there, 0, 10, 0 along the way, 10 up, that one there. Join them with a straight line. There we go, that one there, and I can see that that line is that one there. Okay, so on this side here, I've got x minus y equals 4. Right, so let's let y equals 0 is the first thing. So x minus 0 equals 4, so x equals 4. First coordinate, 4, 0. I'll then let x equal 0. Okay, so 0 minus y equals 4, so minus y equals 4. So I think from there, I'll just show you the working. It would be 4 divided by minus 1, so y is going to be equal to minus 4. Coordinate from there is going to be 0 for x, so that would be 0 in the x direction, and minus 4 in the y. So plotting, let's see what we've got here. So I've got 4, 0, 4 along the way, to there, and 0 up. And I've got 0 minus 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, down to there. And what I can do is I can join these lines up here. So if I join these ones up, then what I should get is a straight line coming through there. And just recognise the pattern if I needed to do that. So what I've got is a point of intersection here. So what I'll say is, from that there is the point of intersection. It's going to be my x coordinate first, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 along the way. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 3 up. 3 up in the y direction. So my point of intersection, 7, 3. Right then, let's look at the next one. Again, freeze the video and try to work this through. Right then, so point of intersection of x plus y equals 6. So let's try this one over here. X plus y equals 6. Okay. And the other equation, I've got a 2x in that, so that'll make it just slightly different, but still the same method will be okay to be used. Right, so let y equals 0. So letting y equals 0, you can just see it, x equals 6. Okay. So x plus 0 equals 6, so x equals 6. First coordinate, 6, 0. Letting x equal 0. Okay, so I'll substitute a 0 in here. Y equals 6. So that's 0, 6. Okay, so 6 along would take me to there. Okay, that's the first coordinate, and 2, 6, that would be my next coordinate there. So I can just draw that straight line just through these points, and that should take me to there. I'm just extending the line beyond the points there. Okay, so that's that one. Over here, so it'll be a wee bit different here, so let y equal 0. So 2x this time, plus 0 equals 8. So I've got 2x equals 8, and all I'm looking to do is to solve that. If I divide the 8 by the 2, that gives me 4. So that gives me my first coordinate, which will be 4, 0. I'm then going to let x equal to 0. I'm going to let x equal 0. So I've got 2 times 0 plus y equals 8. So y here equals 8, because the 2 times 0 is 0. Okay, so the coordinate there will be 0 and 8. Okay, right, let's plot these. 4, 0. So 4 along, and 0. So that's going to take me to there. And what I have is 0, 8, so that would take me down to there. Okay, so that would be 8 minus 8. Whoops, sorry, whoops. That's going to take me up the way, isn't it? So y is going to be equal to 8, so I've nearly plotted the minus, the negative side. So it's 0, 8, so that's up to there. Caught it in time. Let's go for putting that through to there. Okay. And what I should get is that one there. Right then, so I'm looking for a point of intersection, and my point of intersection of the two lines is there. So my answer to this one, remember that line there will be this one. Point of intersection is going to be equal to my x coordinate, which is going to be 2 along the way, and my y coordinate, which will be 4 up the way. So 2, 4 will be my solution to that one. Right then, the last one that we're going to is going to be this one here. So on the equations there, they're looking a bit different from the ones that we've started with. Okay, so there's a variety of kind of numbers that are appearing in here, but we're just going to work it through the same way, plot the points and go from there. So on this side here, I'll work out this equation. Let y equals 0, so I've got 2x plus 3 times 0 equals 6. So this will work out to be 0. 2x equals 6, so from there I can see that x equals 3. So that's going to be 3, 0. And I'll plot that one. I'll then let x equal 0. And when I let x equal 0, I'm going to have 2 times 0 plus 3 times y equals 6. That leaves me with 3y equals 6. And y equals 6 divided by the 3, which should give me 2. So my coordinate here is going to be 0, 2. 0 from the x, because that's what I asked it to be, and 2 was the y that I worked out. Right, so let's plot that. So I've got 3 along and 0 up, which is this one, and 0, 2, and that'll be that one there. So I can see that kind of pattern, 3 along and 2 up. So 3 along and 2 up, 3 along and 2 up, 3 along and 2 up. I think that'd be to there. Right then, so what I could do is I could draw a straight line through the points. And when I do that, I've got that one there. So that would be the equation of that line there. Okay, so let's look at the other. So I've got 4x plus y equals minus 8. Let y equal 0. Okay, so 4x plus 0 equals minus 8. So 4x equals minus 8. So x is going to be minus 8 divided by 4. So from here I've got an x value of minus 2. So that's going to be a minus 2 and a 0, because I let the y equal 0 and I worked out the x is minus 2. Letting x equal 0 and x is equal to 0 in here, so 4 times 0 plus y is equal to minus 8. So from here I must have y equal to minus 8. So that would be a 0 for my x coordinate, minus 8 for my y coordinate. I'll just go and plot them now. So minus 2, 0, so minus 2 along and 0 up will take me to there. I've got 0 minus 8, so 0 and down to minus 8 this time. That will take me to there. And what we'll do is I'll join these points up. So if I join them up, here we go, right through there. That should take me to there. Okay, so that there will be the equation, or the graphical representation of that equation there, that straight line equation. And what I can see is I can see a point of intersection there. So what I'm going to say is that the point of intersection is equal to x coordinate first. So I've got 1, 2, 3, so that's a negative 3. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 up the way, 4. That would be my y coordinate. So that looks like that solved. Okay, so that was 4 examples. Hopefully you did freeze the video and try some of the questions. If not, go back and try and do them yourself and make sure that you get the correct answers. You can use the table method if that's the way you've been taught to do it, or you can use the let y equals 0 or the x equal to 0. That's quite helpful when you get to higher to be able to do that and understand that that's where the curve or a line will cross over the x-axis or the y-axis. Okay, so hopefully that's given you a good understanding of simultaneous equations being solved graphically, and now you can maths.